Is why do some of the AquaCare products contain the vitamins where the values is higher than 100% of daily value? Dr. Golker, Dr. Kremer, Dr. Gradwick, the floor is yours.
So Dr. Bremis, there are a number of medications that are potent, low dose. The oral contraceptives, hormone replacement medications, thyroid medicines, and anticoagulants that can be impacted by certain supplements, specifically teas and fiber. And certainly we all know, between the meal replacement shakes,
we can walk up there and meet him, I suppose.
there are fiber products in there. So it is imperative that anybody who's taking any of these medications check with their healthcare provider before going on these products. And interestingly, it's not just products. Natural foods also can impact their absorption. So it is important, and you've heard this said a couple times today already, it is important to check with a healthcare provider for anybody who's on medication. And if anybody has any medical problems before going on any products, they also need to check with their healthcare provider.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration put forth values for what are called daily values. Daily values were based on over 2,000 nutrients, basically to assure adequate nutrition. And what that means is that basically there was a concern for deficiencies. So adequate nutrition is really the basis of the daily value. And the daily value is related to making sure people in their diets who look at labels get the adequate nutrition for that. Now, it's been widely recognized and accepted. However, if you look at optimal nutrition, meaning what you need to really enhance your health and wellness, that may go beyond what is considered adequate nutrition or taking care of only deficiencies. And in this case, you'll see many types of values on labels of AquaCare products that are in excess of what is considered the adequate nutrition for daily value. So I think our many scientific experts and all of the Scientific Medical Advisory Board believe that optimal nutrition has to go beyond taking care of just deficiencies and just making adequate levels of intakes available. So do not be frightened or concerned about the fact that some of the values that you see are in excess of what we consider to be daily values. That's just adequate nutrition. Building champions requires optimal nutrition, and that's what AquaCare is all about.
Dr. Dadrick, do you have anything to add to this?
Well, I would just like to remind people that these values that we see vary, depends on who recommended them. Most of them come from data fundamentally, but they are arbitrated around a conference table by people, and they'll argue over a milligram or a microgram or something of this, and they're not absolute values, nor does any one value of any nutrient at any point in time do the same thing in all people, at all age groups, under all conditions. So you don't want to be treated like some kind of robot and just throw in the same thing to everybody. That's not the way you want your physician or your nurse practitioner to treat you when you seek out a problem. So you should feel special when you know that somebody has to give you something as a supplement to help you meet your needs better than taking the so-called average American diet. And certainly we don't have a lot of data yet, even on our own age group from 65 to 100. We're still collecting data to find out what we need. And there's a lot of deficiencies, especially as you get older. And we all will, I hope. And so remember that we're trying to avoid deficiencies. And things like water-soluble vitamins, if you give too many, you're just going to excrete them in the urine. The fat-soluble vitamins, you give it in a form that don't accumulate in too great numbers. That's how we try to plan the formulations. So there's a lot of thought that goes into the values, and you have to have some recommendations, suggestions, or guidelines on your products, but that doesn't mean that it's an absolute for each individual.
And also important to remember is that Advocare is a health and wellness company. We are not about treating diseases. And I know you'll leave today all charged up out to help a lot of people, and you will. But you're not out there to treat liver problems, you're not out there to treat kidney problems, you're there to help people live better. And by getting them to lose weight, you'll lower their blood pressure, you'll take care of their diabetes. But we are not here to cure or treat people who have medical problems. They need to go through the healthcare provider. And lastly, the products work. As I like to say, you can't take the products, sit on the couch, eat nachos and beer, and expect to get any results. It's all about fitness, nutrition, and the supplements working together. You have to do it as a package.
Total package. And in closing, I just want to say, you hear the term Bulletproof Shield. This is your Bulletproof Shield. Please join me in thanking them.